Hello, welcome back. Last time I did the first half of the easy puzzles. With any luck, maybe I can do the second half today. It is 40, right? I think it's 40 in each... No. Never mind. So it was 40 tutorial puzzles. For some reason I assumed that would mean it would be 40 of these too. Looks like there's only 6 left, unless this isn't showing me everything. Alright, so we might actually be moving on to another set. Okay, so Newton drops a message, reveal Newton's message, and get Curie Cat off the screen. So if I don't do anything, you blow that up, then get eaten by an alligator. So you need to go off the screen, which presumably means you need to go down there, which means mouse needs to not die. Okay, something, possibly pinball, could fall down here and type on all those computers. Maybe if this were to detonate that, that would just happen. I see a pipe here for some reason. Okay, so a lot is happening here. This object explodes on contact. It's nitroglycerin. Okay. Cool. If I were to blow this up, that doesn't have enough force to explode. Interesting. So it has to touch the floor with a certain amount of force. Like, I think I need to get rid of that in order for that to propel the pinball over there, because, like, this explosion won't reach it. You saw how that didn't reach this. Assuming the explosions are the same, that would make sense. Alright, so let's focus on not letting Newton die. Will that be enough of an obstacle? Looks like it. Okay. That's pretty good. Gravity. If that pinball were to just continue slightly more... what would be a good way to do that? Now, I don't like that anti-gravity pad there. That's not an optimal obstacle. I just did it because it was convenient. What about the pool ball? This is all kind of silly. I don't know what's, like, the actual intended solution here. Pool ball works. Edison's gonna knock it over there, which is fine. Whoa! Okay. So that's a start. What can I do with a balloon? I don't have, like, a rope or anything. You know, I could just set this off immediately. That's an option. So that would go right away. If I could maybe just, like... I just need to smack the cat with something. What could do that? Let's see if this works. If I could just position that like that... Sure, as soon as Kitty Cat lands on there... There we go. That should work. Now, what was I supposed to do? How would you do it, Tim? Fairly similarly, actually. So you put that inside there so it propagates the explosion, then Newton just gets bounced around like that. This is here for no reason. Okay, so not super far off. Cool. Help Newton Mouse get home. Okay, what does he do if I do nothing? Falls and just sits there. Okay. Looks like this is about pipe routing. So... It acts like it wants me to... Let's say I were to blow this up from this side so it doesn't disrupt the cheese, and then allow him to just fall through that pipe. Let's try this configuration. See, that's no good because of that, but I could just use cheese to do this, and then let's see how that looks. He does make it through there. Okay, well that was a simple way to do that. None of that was at all necessary. Was there a more elaborate solution? Okay, a much more elaborate solution. I would not have thought of doing this. Okay, well I'll keep that in mind for the future. Okay, I guess that's slightly more elegant, but uses more of the elements. You don't need those. Alright, feed the cat. Okay. So this needs some rotational energy. That's what needs to happen. If I just run, nothing is going to happen. Puzzle is running, right? Yeah, cat meows. Mandrill blinks. Okay, so clearly this is supposed to go here, facing like that. I need to light it with something. How about this kind of something? That's not great. Well, now see, that's completely unnecessary. Well, I could do this if I wanted. That is my only rope. There's another thing there. Maybe I could use... Alright, so that's going to pull that. I get a bunch of gears, which I think... I can't really think of a reason this wouldn't work. Let's see what it does. Well, the dynamite slides around for no good reason. So if I position it here... Whoa, run. Okay, mandrel activates, cat food opens. Sure, no problem. I don't know what this was for, or this. Didn't need them. Fish tank target. Blow up the fish tank with a missile. See, now if I do nothing, it's just going to slide off. Okay. Oh, I see. This is like a launch ramp. Okay. So you're asking me to do this. Not quite that. Perhaps this. Alright, so that'll get it in position to light. I could do this if I wanted to. So that just needs to rotate, which can happen plenty of possible ways. I have nothing that can act as a physics object, so I think I'm going to want to do this sort of thing. Are gears... do they collide with things? Yes, gears are solid objects. Okay. But I could certainly get away with that. So I think maybe that would be enough? Let's find out. Whoa. Oh, hey! A rotating gear will actually push stuff around rotationally. Well, that makes sense. It is something I need to take into consideration. Okay, well, see, if I were doing that... I need to do this in a different position, one that somehow doesn't get in the way of the missile. How about this? That's going to get in the way of the missile. Oh, it didn't. Okay, that worked. Good enough for me. Ghost dynamite. So dynamite's going to be traveling. Candle needs to be lit, so that needs to happen immediately. Okay. I could certainly do something like this. That would work just fine. Candle is now lit, but balloon is in the way because it's being held down by that anchor. Okay? Alright, so also this needs to not fall right there. Anti-gravity won't help. I could oh, wait. Are you telling me... What are you telling me? Okay, so there's a lot of objects there. I think it is asking me to anti-gravity the dynamite so that it stays there, then just bring the candle all the way. Here. Candle float a bit. You're gonna have to float a little better than that, I guess. Yeah, okay, this will have to be there to do that. Let's see what that does. Well, it certainly doesn't float that well. Alright, let's see what something like that looks like. Oh, it didn't light because the balloon's being anti-gravitied now. Okay, that's fixable. With enough of these, I think the candle might just be able to float over there and make it to that anti-gravity pad. This one's unnecessary. Okay, so you're not getting enough of that, huh? Like, it's losing too much speed. If I had another one of these here, that might help. This balloon is probably in my way. Okay, that did help with the speed quite a lot. Balloon was not too much in the way, and there we go. That worked just fine. The merry mixer. Turn on the electric mixer. Okay. Pinball falls. So the implication here, I believe, is that I want to trim this rope and have that balloon go like that. Okay. So that's the last step. How do I get there? A bouncer might be able to move the pinball into this funnel. I don't feel like that's enough on its own, but maybe it is? That actually might be all that's required. Yeah, I don't need anything more. Okay, well that was simple. Cool. Okay, congratulations, you just finished off the last of the easy puzzles. There's plenty more waiting for you, so go for it. That was a weird pose. Okay, great. Continue. Mountain Man Mel. Medium puzzles. Okay, so what is your behavior? You just stand there. Now he changes his behavior, I happen to know, if he gets perturbed in some way. Can I activate this from the bottom? Just to see. I can, it blows him around, but nothing really happens. If it's closer... If it's closer, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, so a gust of wind will just barely move Mel around. Okay, good to know. If I would drop a bucket on him, what would he think of that? It starts him moving, and then he falls to his death. Okay. Before he falls to his death, could he walk across an alligator? Cat is in the way. Okay. So, kitty cat, you want to just, like, look at this mouse over here? The mouse is going to run away, though, before the cat gets out of the way. In fact, they won't see each other. Alright. This is getting... I realize I am not making any attempt to engage with this in the way that it would normally be expected. How far away... You know what? That'll probably work. Alright, so after this super goofy, ridiculous solution that doesn't use anything in the correct way at all, let's see how this is actually supposed to be done. So you attached... So the bucket is there. The mouse is still there to get the cat out of the way. How does this end up moving? The pinball and the alligator. Got it. Really? This is your real solution? If this is how that's actually supposed to go, I feel fine about the way I did it. That's kind of silly. Okay. Mondrian's Toy Box. Oh, that's an artist who draws pictures like that, isn't it? Now I get that. Make all 5 Jack-in-the-Boxes pop open. Nothing happens with no anything. Alright, so obviously I need to introduce some rotational energy into the system. An easy way to do that is perhaps with a pinwheel. So pinwheel turns wind into rotation. There's another Jack-in-the-Box that has to pop open. Just put it, like, anywhere. Alright, so let's do that. Okay, done. Blimps. Get the balloon off the top of the screen without popping any blimps. Okay. So this requires explosives. Let's start here. That pops a blimp if I put this slightly differently. Still pops a blimp if I put this slightly differently. Pops the balloon. Oh, okay. Keep trying. There we go. That's adequate. Alright, and then that could be a blimp-activated boxing glove. And perhaps that's all I need? Those are getting in each other's way. Not so great. Maybe another one of these? That's showing some promise. Yeah, okay. Good enough for me. Pipe gripe. Pinball off the screen. Okay. So, much acceleration. Actually, it would probably make it through... Yeah, that's optional. So the really, really easy way to do this is just that. I don't think you need anything more than that. Wow, that was hard. Okay. Up and away. For some of them, I care about the proper solution. For stuff like that, I just don't. Why is the background red? That's bizarre. Okay. Launch the missile. Looks like this is my only means of fire. Without crazy trickery. So I'm supposed to pull that. with something. I think... I see the puzzle. Okay, so yes, this does provide the pull I need. Problem is getting that flashlight turned on. So how's this sound? Probably not good enough. That's close. Once again, let's try and break the puzzle, just for fun. That's half the fun of this game. Creative solutions like that. What's the cleaner way to do it? Oh wow. Uses a lot more pieces. So go through the network of pipes for all this to be dropped cleanly on there. Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't even get to see the thing launch. It's just like as soon as it's lit. End of puzzle. Don't get to see any more. Mouse House Munchies. Feed Newton Mouse the cheese. This puzzle takes place indoors. Most of the others have been outdoors, haven't they? Alright, he really wants to get that cheese. This needs to blow up at the very least. There's the thing. So I think I'm going to fire the cannon and have it do something like that. That seems to be a good thing to try first. Now... Wait a minute. Okay, there's a moving part. I do get a baseball. Cool. I cannot get away with this, presumably, because that's going to get in the way of the cannon launch, among other things. Well, you know what? That worked just fine. Show me a better way. So baseball would have gone through that network of pipes to use that baseball instead. Okay. Whatever. Laser launch. Part of the fun is just how loose some of these are and ways you can do them unconventionally. Launch the rocket off the top of the screen. Okay, so lasers can light rockets. This looks like it wants to be in here. That could also be a way to light it. I have a lot of tools available to me, so let's see what's happening. Pinball turns on light and then goes there. This looks like it wants that. That's clearly a spot for an anti-gravity pad, but why would I want that there? I have no inclines to place, but I do have pipes. Alright, so suppose I were to continue along this path. Move the pinball over here, it would pull that, which would light this. So coffee pot would move bowling ball in there so it could do that. Sounds good. Okay. I'm kind of just putting things where it looks like they belong right now. Whoa. Alright, so this would work better if I did, like, that. It's not often I actually just get a wall object to place. I guess that's a particularly powerful one. Reserved for special occasions. Okay, so if that had something to light, it could. Seems like you want this. And I'm supposed to reflect the laser, which I can totally do. And that should be enough. Okay, there we go. Instead of the wall, I could have placed the extra pipe I got. Oh, and in fact... Oh, that worked! It fit through that gap! I thought I had it all wrong. Okay, good enough. Fireball! Launch the fireworks! I noticed last time I placed one of these dripping paint cans that it had a computer icon next to it, so you can program how full it is or how fast it leaks or something like that, maybe both. So, is a soccer ball heavy enough, or a football if you're not American, heavy enough to open a trapdoor? It is not. Okay. So, gotta pull that with something. Probably a heavy bucket with a soccer ball inside it. That sounds reasonable. Alright, let's start with some of this and some of that. Let's see. If I were to do that, how far would you make it? Not quite far enough. What about this? You know, wait a minute, I don't need this pipe there. I can put it there instead. Funnel that, or, well, I mean, I could do this either way. Pipes or inclines, they're not that different. I get as many inclines as I could ever want, pretty much. So let's see what it thinks of a solution like this. Does not bounce all the way over. Okay. Keep on rolling. Still doesn't make it. I don't want to block the paint bucket. But that soccer ball needs to get over. There we go. Well, that didn't quite work. Okay, well, I mean, a different angle of approach will affect the specific way that it bounces. So I could just mess around with stuff like that. I could put this... Oh, wait, I don't want to block... Oh, I need to not block the bucket, of course. Don't forget that. Alright, so how about some sort of fancy bounce here like that? What's that going to look like? Not terrible. And then funnel in there. Funnel in there better. Not really doing what I want you to do. Yes. Maybe. Still maybe. Still maybe. Still maybe. I think I need to make this ramp better. Because it looks like that's not going to make it through. You need more vertical room. Okay. How's this sound? Is that enough weight? It is. And that seems to do the job. Okay. I'm not really being intentionally minimalistic with the elements that I'm using, but I guess it's just my first instinct to use as few of them as I need. That may lead me to degenerate solutions sometimes. Later puzzles, I'm sure, will be much more aggressive in enforcing using my tools the right way. I mean, there is no right way or wrong way. You can do it however you want. Okay, so I think I see a lot of options here. One particularly fun one might be to light the candle and then get it to slide across here and light all of those. I want to do that. I could maybe also use a laser to just light these on its own, but that sounds like a lot less fun. Oh hey, there's more here. Here, you get bigger. Might as well use that screen space that I have over here. There we go. Okay, so if I wanted to light this candle and slide it, I have, there's a matchstick here. I have so many tools. That's a long way to move the candle. What do I have for moving it? Not much. Do I have anything that acts as a physics object? No. Well, I could do this, I guess. Let's start with that and see... I think I could work with that, if I had to. If I really wanted to get a perfect... Just one pixel over, just one pixel over, just one pixel over. Okay, so you would have to be... Alright, that's as little contact as I can get, and you're going to do that. I mean, I could maybe do something like that. It's a start. Now, I've done nothing to actually light the candle. I just want to see if this is viable at all. So you could probably hit your own egg timer. Get down there. And after this waits for a moment... Okay, how long is that? Is that the longest or the second shortest? Okay, if you're going to bounce like that, then I guess I'll put you down a bit. Sure. Well, that's not even necessary, apparently. I can make it slide that much just on its own. That's almost enough. You could get more force by doing something like this, maybe? More speed, that is. Okay, great. Now, if I could just light that candle first, perhaps as it goes by, it could light itself. Alright, this is getting silly. But like I said, I'm choosing a fun solution for this. Well, that's a start. takes a little bit of time for that to actually light, is the thing. It's going to need to sit still or at least slow down. And it's certainly not hitting that at the moment. It's just sailing right over. Well, okay, so that is the second longest. Huh, that bumps the rockets over. Okay, well this is actually, I think, kind of close to working. If I could just get this to behave a little differently. If I could get those in range of each other, how far away can the magnifying glass be from the... Hey, there we go. Totally made that work. Okay, that was fun. Show me another way. Plug in laser, use laser to power that, which... Wait. Okay, so you did use the same trick of having the candle hit its own egg timer. This thing pulled the matchstick to light that. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, cool. Beach ball bonanza. Put the striped ball into the bucket. You mean I gotta get this all the way in here? How? So I have a blimp, I have a mouse, I have a pinwheel. There are many things. This would move something over there. Alright, dynamite. Seems like the implication is I want to blow stuff up and put that in there. Could I just, like... Yeah, this will lengthen the explosion. That will probably... Okay, so that will probably smack that and cause a chain reaction which blows all those up. So then I just need to... Well, see, this is not what I want to be doing here. Alright, let's start with this. Would you activate... You would activate the mouse, sure. Then I need to get you back where you were. This looks incomplete. I want to fix it. I still have one more anti-gravity I could use. I'm just going to put this centered here. I might want a second one next to it. So if you were to do this, that would probably clear the way. That's the wrong way around. Does that change anything? That will not change anything. That'll still be the same way around. So I need third gear in there. Okay, and what I can do is, since I have an extra gear now, I could attach that to this. Right, because I still need this to move. So fan. Can I turn this around? No. But I can plug into that end of it, so it's fine. Alright, that looks about right. Good. Everything is operating as intended. Why did that bucket do that? Do that again. Does it have to do with... Oh, yeah, it's the wind. Sure, it's the wind, but why does it bounce when the ball bounces there? That seems suspicious. I don't think this game simulates, like, vibrations to the ground or anything. Okay. Found a physics oddity. Alright, let's do number 11. How many medium puzzles are there, actually? 30. Cool. A few more than those others. Alright, let's pop the balloon. Mouse eats cheese. Cat wants to... Okay, so it's implied that the cat's supposed to bounce. In order to make that happen, I could probably do some of this. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, that's a good start. Ah, I see what you're asking me to do. How far does a fan reach, I wonder? Well, it doesn't matter tremendously, because as long as you can plug in there, and I can do this, then that should all work. Okay, cool. Alright, great. So that was a lot of fun. Next puzzle is going to look like this. Okay, something with lasers. Great. Yes, main menu. Alright, I will see you next time for a continuation of the medium puzzles.